I came to yoga because of the physical practice, which is why a lot of people find yoga either at their gym or, wherever they find it. And then especially when I did yoga teacher training, I realized that it was so much more. Yoga is actually a Sanskrit word, and the definition is usually some version of union of body, mind, and spirit, or just union or yoking. I started practicing yoga about 13 or 14 years ago. And at the time I was a runner and a biker, so I wasn't real into yoga, and I actually didn't like my first couple of yoga classes. Once I moved to Boone, which was about 10 years ago, I started practicing with a teacher here, and then my passion for it was really ignited, and I started to understand what a powerful practice it is. And then when neighborhood yoga opened, which is where we are right now, so I started becoming more of a regular practitioner here, and then I went on to do the yoga teacher training here. So it was a slow evolution. Some people talk about just falling in love with yoga the minute they try it. It was a little slower for me. As I practiced more and more, my practice deepened and my knowledge about yoga expanded, and now I do love it. Neighborhood Yoga is the yoga studio that's in downtown Boone. It's a beautiful space. We have classes every day of the week here. The studio owner is Valerie Midget, and she has done an amazing job of creating a space that really is welcoming to the community. Now I teach here at Neighborhood 2 pretty big classes on Thursday and Saturday, as well as I teach at ASU. And the reason I love to teach yoga is watching students transform, right? So watching them walk in, especially for the first time, maybe feeling nervous, not sure what's gonna happen, and then just seeing them transform physically and mentally, and just walking out with just a sense of peace. It's just so amazing to be in the space with everyone after having had this beautiful practice and knowing how it's feeling in their body and knowing that they've let go of something that they were holding on to. As a student and as a teacher of yoga, when a pose is more challenging, the key is breath. So this is the other powerful aspect of yoga, is using your breath to help you move through and stay in postures. If you watch a really experienced yogi or yogini, you'll see them moving really slowly with their breath to come in and out of challenging postures. Experience with yoga, you learn to let your breath keep flowing, and that is what allows you to stay either when you're feeling your strength is challenged, or your endurance, or you're trying to go deeper into a pose as far as your flexibility. And then mental focus, so picking a point to focus on that helps you your mind stay in the game and in the pose, because a lot of times our mind is talking us out of the posture when our body can stay. So that's the reason why yoga is so powerful for building mental endurance and mental clarity, because you learn to work through that and be like, oh, I can actually stay here for a little bit longer. So breath and focused mind are really the two keys. I've definitely seen big changes physically and mentally. Physically, stronger body, leaner body, more flexible for sure. So it's always sort of this balance between gaining flexibility and then tightening up my muscles doing that. So yoga really helps to counter that. I guess if I had to sum it up, yoga is the embodiment of mindfulness, and I try and take it off the mat every day. I'm always working on that. I think we're all a student of that, of being more mindful, but yoga through the physical practice allows us to kind of release what we have going on in our body so that we can be more mindful.